A newly captured image of 3I Atlas has left the scientific community utterly astonished. Researchers have discovered that sunlight appears to behave in an entirely unusual way when passing through the region surrounding this object, something never before seen or even imagined. The image was taken by NASA's Perseverance rover using its Mastcam Z camera on Mars. In it, a faint blur appears against the red Martian sky, precisely at the predicted location of the interstellar object, 3I Atlas. This marks the first time in human history that the object has been seen from such close proximity. In the photo, the comet appears only as a dim streak near a cluster of magnitude 8 stars barely visible to the naked eye. Furthermore, additional observational data recorded a moving object in the Martian sky, believed to be 3I Atlas itself. However, this image was not taken at the exact moment of periapsis, but one day earlier. Scientists explained that the most detailed observations could only be made from orbiters around Mars. However, due to NASA's current operational suspension, the release of official close-up images may be delayed. During the period when 3I Atlas approached Mars, Perseverance also detected several unusual atmospheric phenomena. Small dust devils swirling around the rover and a large dust storm gradually forming on the horizon. Interestingly, the comet's tail does not appear clearly in the image, as it was too faint at the time. Previously, astronomers had discussed that 3I Atlas was a peculiar comet, as it lacked the bright tail typical of most comets. But as it drew closer to Mars, it began to develop a thin, delicate tail, still much weaker and narrower than any comet ever observed. Some unconfirmed images also revealed an elongated shape, making it resemble Oumuamua, the first interstellar object discovered in 2017 more than 2I divided by Borisov. Recently, 3I Atlas made its closest approach to Mars on October 3, at a distance of about 0.19 astronomical units, or roughly 28 million kilometers. It is currently hurtling through space at nearly 200,000 miles per hour, heading toward its perihelion, the point where it will pass closest to the Sunday. But an unexpected event occurred. Astronomers now believe that 3I Atlas may have been affected by a massive solar eruption, known as a coronal mass ejection, CME, a storm of solar energy powerful enough to alter the comet's trajectory and structure entirely. After the solar eruption event, Comet 3I Atlas suddenly vanished from observation. Astronomers believe the disappearance was caused by the comet moving farther away, while being obscured by the sun's intense glare. Moreover, Earth is currently moving in the opposite direction of the comet's orbit, making it nearly impossible to detect against the bright background of the star-filled sky. According to calculations, 3I Atlas may not become visible again until the end of this year, when the alignment between Earth, Mars, and the Sun becomes more favorable. However, just when everyone thought this was merely an ordinary comet, new observations have revealed something entirely different. Optical data show anomalies in both the structure and the way light interacts with this object phenomena that challenge humanity's current understanding of comets. For the first time, astronomers have conducted polarimetric observations of the interstellar comet 3I divided by Atlas. Normally, when sunlight travels through space and strikes an object like a comet, it doesn't reflect in a single direction, it scatters in all directions. Each tiny dust grain or ice crystal surrounding the comet acts like a miniature mirror, altering the direction and properties of the light. As this light scatters, the oscillations of its waves, usually chaotic and random, can become more aligned in a particular direction. This phenomenon is known as light polarization. By measuring the degree and direction of polarization, scientists can infer the composition and structure of the comet's surrounding dust, whether the particles are large or small, smooth or rough, made of ice, rock, or a mixture of both. In ordinary comets, when observed at large phase angles, that is, when sunlight comes from behind the object, they typically exhibit positive polarization. At smaller phase angles, the reflected light shows a slight negative polarization. But when astronomers observed 3I Atlas, they were stunned. Its negative polarization was many times stronger than that of any comet ever recorded. The results suggest that the dust particles around 3I divided by Atlas may be completely different from those of comets in our solar system, possibly rougher, irregular in shape, or composed of rare materials never before identified on Earth. This is the first time in history that such an unusual polarization pattern has been observed in an interstellar object. While no other comet, whether native to the solar system or from interstellar space, has ever exhibited such behavior, 3IATLAS shows an extreme negative polarization of -2.77% at a phase angle of only 6.4 degrees, an unprecedented figure. This strange behavior has led astronomers to believe that 3IATLAS may have formed in a completely different environment, perhaps in a distant stellar system or the icy outer edges of the solar system, where the physical and thermal conditions differ drastically from anything we've ever known. Scientists have previously claimed that 3IATLAS may be older than our solar system itself. According to the latest research, it likely originated from the central region of the Milky Way, where the first stars were born. This makes it one of the oldest and most mysterious visitors ever observed passing through the vicinity of our solar system. But the surprises didn't stop there. In a series of recent chemical observations, astronomers detected extraordinary elements surrounding the object. The results revealed that the environment around 3IATLAS shares striking similarities with the atmosphere and surface of Mars, a discovery that sent shockwaves through the scientific community. This suggests that the object may not have formed in typical comet-producing regions like the Kuiper Belt or the Oort cloud, but instead may have originated from the surface of a planet, perhaps a world with Martian-like conditions. Some observers have also reported that 3IATLAS emits light in a peculiar manner, unlike any known comet. The glow around it fluctuates irregularly, as if the object were generating its own energy rather than merely reflecting sunlight. This phenomenon has led many to predict that as it approaches perihelion, the comet may vaporize violently or even break apart into multiple fragments due to the sun's intense heat and gravitational pull. However, what baffles scientists the most is how 3IATLAS loses mass. Images show a cloud of gas surrounding the object, clear evidence that it is slowly evaporating. Normally, when a comet releases gas and dust, the reactive pressure slightly alters its orbit, much like a miniature rocket thrust. But 3IATLAS behaves differently. Despite releasing a massive gas cloud, its trajectory remains almost perfectly stable. This has led many researchers to believe that the comet must possess an enormous mass, with a density far greater than initially expected. Early estimates suggested that 3IATLAS could weigh thousands of times more than any comet ever recorded. More recent studies indicate its mass may exceed 33 billion tons, an almost unbelievable figure for a naturally formed object. But if that's true, a profound question emerges. In interstellar space, there simply isn't enough solid material to form such a massive body and send it on a trajectory through our solar system within just a few decades. So what does that mean? Could 3IATLAS truly be a natural object, or is it something entirely different? An artificial structure, or perhaps the remnant of an ancient civilization? Professor Avi Loeb, a renowned astronomer from Harvard University, has categorized the strange phenomena associated with 3IATLAS into two main groups. The first group includes anomalies that might eventually be explained by future data, such as the gigantic size of the object, the so-called anti-tail, a stream of scattered light stretching 10 times its width, yet pointing toward the sun, its unusual chemical composition, and the extremely strong negative light polarization, utterly unlike that of any comet ever recorded. In the second group, Professor Avi Loeb listed the strange phenomena that might never have a clear explanation. The first is that 3IATLAS's orbit almost perfectly aligns with the ecliptic plane, the flat region of space, where all the planets in our solar system revolve around the sun. The deviation is only about 5 degrees, an accuracy so precise, it's almost unbelievable for an interstellar object originating from elsewhere in the galaxy. The second mystery is the timing of 3IATLAS's appearance. It seems to have chosen the perfect moment to pass near Mars, Venus, and Jupiter, as if it had been deliberately planned to travel past the most significant planets in our system. And the most enigmatic of all, the object's initial trajectory aligns remarkably closely with the source of the legendary WOW signal. detected on the 15th of August, 1977. That signal was once believed to be a possible message from an extraterrestrial civilization, and for nearly half a century, humanity has been unable to determine where it originated. Now, 3IATLAS has appeared just about 9 degrees away from that same direction, a coincidence so chilling that many can't help but wonder whether the two events could somehow be connected. Professor Loeb argues that if anyone insists that 3IATLAS is merely a normal comet, they must be able to prove that all these coincidences could happen naturally, something no one has been able to do so far. 3IATLAS, a visitor from the distant void, perhaps a relic of another star system, or even a message sent to humanity from an unknown intelligence. Whatever it is, it has left behind one of the greatest mysteries in the history of human cosmic observation. The universe remains full of mysteries we cannot yet comprehend. Thank you for following this strange and fascinating journey of 3IATLAS. If you'd like to support the channel and share in the passion for cosmic discovery, don't forget to check out our special edition t-shirt inspired by 3IATLAS, a symbol of curiosity and the eternal quest to understand the unknown. Like, subscribe, and share this video if you believe the universe still holds countless secrets waiting for us to uncover. Goodbye for now, and see you on our next voyage among the stars.